I think it's funny that we supposedly live in like a fairly well-off part of the country, in like a rural farmland. But I mean, we literally hear over 100 gunshots a day. And at least 2 or 3 of them are on the freeway of people shooting at each other, which we've almost been shot several times between road rage people or like motorcycle gangs, flashing guns. It's just like a war zone on the freeway, not to mention the potholes. Weaving in and out.
Almost pitting you from behind.
Almost pitting you and using you as a mogul with all these Subarus slaloming off your bumper. But, you know, people, it's so scary. And the water's bad and the air's polluted. There's gunfire everywhere. It's like we live in like a demilitarized zone of a third world. And cops, they don't care. Nobody, you call them, what are they going to do? Somebody shot at you on the freeway? Do you know who it was? I'm sorry, we don't even care. They'll come investigate you. Why are you wasting their time? What do you have to prove? Are you making up a false report? Maybe we should investigate you. And then you got to show up for like the rest of your life as a witness. That's awesome. They can just come collect you. Oh, you're going to testify against this guy? Oh, what? Some motorcycle guy who wants to, like, have me killed because, you know, he was drunk and showing off his piece and now he's going to jail for the rest of his life? Or what? I get out of the picture? What are those you think's going to happen? Is the cop going to come protect me from that? No, that's my fault for being a witness. People wonder why everybody's put in this impossible position. I mean, these are a lot of the problems that plague everyday Americans. Just getting to work becomes a battle. Oh, and God forbid you're 5 minutes late, you know, because somebody decided to have a mental episode walking down the freeway and they shut traffic down for 3 hours, doing like $1 million a minute of economic damage. Oh, why? You can't just go throw a net over the dude and drag him off and put him in the facility that he needs to go to. No, you got to shut down 20,000 people so some guy can go on a walk, and now he can like trademark his little jaunt down I-5 and get his little day in the sun and everything. And we're supposed to deal with this, but oh, you show up 5 minutes late working at the Bon Marché and you get a write-up. You show up 2 minutes late at Starbucks, you get a ticket on your file. So you're not going to get your like 37-cent standard pay wage that year. You know, oh, maybe next year. You were 5 minutes late those 3 times, even though you have to drive 25 miles each way. It'll give you a gas stipend, obviously. I'll tell you one thing, it's not avocado toast and Netflix subscriptions and all that garbage. Everybody I know works their ass off and they share a Netflix subscription between 16 people and they don't eat avocados.
And then you had to make that illegal.
And then you had to make that illegal.
And make it a crime.
To share.
Just so that you would punish the average person who shared with their friend this like one like little password to watch a show in your downtime.
It's like Napster when they started going door to door, going after people for downloading video games and clips of movies. Like it's like some huge outrage to steal from Warner Brothers. Okay, really? You guys probably lost $20 billion during this union strike. But you're really going to spend $10,000 on litigation going after a 14-year-old. That's typical.
How many of those stayed on their record as like them being a felon now, or
permanent felon, can't vote, can't own a gun? It's further disenfranchisement of everybody in America, and it's not just people of any particular ethnicity. It's everybody.
If you haven't been already, you will be.
Yeah, and that's the thing a lot of people don't get. Is that it's if you haven't experienced this already in some format, it's coming. It has nothing to do with race. I mean, in some parts of the world, in a lot of instances, it does. It very much does have to do with race. But it is basically just a general attitude of control and hate that is just implemented by people that are in positions of power. Psychological, it's predictable. They have tests for this thing. Why aren't there standard psychological tests for federal employees? I mean, there are ones that
inflict their personal hatred on their heart onto anybody. Use their job as a tool to go about and free range their hate onto others.
we've experienced this so many times in our lives and seen it so many times firsthand that it's, it's not even an opinion, it's an experience at this point. Doing business off and on for 20, 25 years in America as a small business owner has really opened my eyes about how the minutia of society, how things that are so grandiose and large can just get totally stopped dead in their tracks if there aren't 3 people that can do one job in the city. Huge city, millions of people can't. There's only 3 guys that know how to do this job. Better call them. Oh, they're sick. That means it's done. America is not as filled up with skilled tradesmen as people think. The old ones are going away. The younger ones don't even know what to learn because nobody's there to tell them what to learn, and nobody's there to give them a positive outlook to learn anything. Like, oh, come be a plumber for $47,000 a year. I can go work at Starbucks as a general manager and make $47,000 a year with tips. I can go work at Target and make $47,000 a year. I can go make $75,000 a year at Costco. Why would I want to go train to do this job for 5 years to have the same job expectation of a job I can walk onto today?